You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Could we rise again as a nation?
What do you mean, could we rise again as a nation?
Okay, because the state of the country.
What do you mean by the state of the country? I don't understand that. Explain me.
Right, the country have plenty money.
Have plenty money?
Yeah.
How you know that? So you have to tell me I have a child. Tell me now. How you know that? Gentlemen, thank you for the day. I can't really understand that.
Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, yo, yo, yo. My nation is beating. Prophecy unfolding. Judgment is coming. I love you still, mommy. When will it end? Tell me, how did we come this way? Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. While the nation still hope and pray, the devil busy, I say. Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, no, no, I'm feeling the pain for you, mama. Revelation strikes at your corner. Still we are holding on. Your children have lost their way, fighting for survival each day. Oh, no, no, going from dawn till dawn. What is happening to my country? Every day is a sacrifice. Blood flowing like water daily. Lives could be lost at any price. The anthem is now a whisper. Some don't care to stand when it plays. The lawless is now in control, so the good folks going away. Oh, my Trinity, strange signs all around we are. The hills are alive in a different way. Your babies are dying, brutally I'm seeing here. Would we rise again from what they, yeah. Oh, the mighty dollar, now cast a spell of uncertainty. Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. You see, when the rich is getting richer, the poor must remain empty. Oh, my Trinidad, know that error. I say, oh, no, no, people falling for pain and hunger, inflation, cost of living higher. Can't get no daily bread. So the youth them on top the hill, somehow their bread basket don't fill. Oh, no, no, so they turn to crime instead. The arms of the state disappointed, still their salaries are daunted. Large increase in the fiscal budget, oil money reach a all-time high. Don't buy no jet for so much of money when the hospitals are in need. Poor people at everyone's mercy, so the hill reacting indeed. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, the people cry, yeah, yeah, yeah. The hills are alive in a different way. Them who take in we money must pay for it daily one day. Could we rise again come what may? Yeah. How could we truly excel in the midst of all this suffering? Oh, my. No, 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 no. Tell me, like Shadow said, poverty is hell. So it seems like the devil is king. Oh, my. Oh, my Trinidad. No, 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 no. Cocaine and guns in the heart of the ghetto is what we sow, we shall reap tomorrow. Who are we going to blame? Even school children doing crime, well, that is a sign of the time. Oh, my lord, have we now gone insane? Whilst we kill, we own one by one. Skyscrapers going up in town. Chinese laborers at the core. This new city some shall see no more. So we have to hold on to CPEP 10 days and must to get along. Scraping the bottom of the barrel with all this money in town. Oh yeah, my Lord, the hills are alive in a different way. You have to do more for the people. Better wages to ease the struggle. Yeah. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. In this abundance of wealth, still the poor people cannot cope. Oh my Trinidad and Tobago, it is a stark reality. So much of given up hope. Oh my Trinidad, oh my Trinidad, and Tobago. Oh my, oh no. Some turn to vagrants in the city, homeless children begging of mercy, Lord. Child abuse have risen again. Look like Jean and Dinah come back in town. The girls and them singing the song. To survive by any means necessary, dignity gone down the drain. Some say the leaders have failed to do right for one and for all. When there is an imbalance of the scale, then the writing is on the wall. If you ignore the plight of the people, well, the devil shall intervene. It's only divine intervention. I hope you know what I mean. Well, is it true that God is a Trinity with all these crimes in sweet La Trinity? No. The hills are alive in a different way.
Population gone, gun control, jail control.
And is it true we have all this money in this land of so much poverty? No. The Lord is my shepherd, come what may, yeah. To you the powers that be, hear the cries of the people you see. All this wealth and nothing for we. No. Because of living is too high. This little money the poor can't buy. Oh my, why? There must be a way. There to help the people today, I say. There must be a way. Yeah. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. From Genesis to Revelation, in my Father's house around many mansions, to take care of 1.3 million natural resources. He made provision to feed this nation. Look, we have oil and gas, it's Lake and Mars, and Calypso, Chutney and Limbo. Yeah. When there is no poverty, crime would decline naturally. Then we could live in harmony. My holy Trinity, yeah. I love you, mama. I love you, mommy, yeah. My children.
Apple of thine eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing, O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see a smile. At times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, cover, cover. Cover me. Cover me. Cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends.
Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you get in, please do your civic duty. Share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Or at 973-609-6509. And this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, come with me. We have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
And of course, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The roving love doctor himself, boy, Dr. Rani Muhammad, yeah.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life. And as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And that's our pal, Caribbean Soul, yeah.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide. Divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know we actually do mean that. We originate, we don't imitate, we bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And here we go.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And that's what we mean, ladies and gentlemen. We actually do mean that. We do mean that. And folks, Tommy will be joining us very shortly. Very, very shortly. Yeah? So I'm going to be running solo until Tommy joins us. All right?
Fire! 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 Fire!
And of course, in the meanwhile, we'll be giving you some fire. Yeah. All right. Let me go to the chat, folks. So, folks, you know, it's never a dull day in politics in Trinidad and Tobago. Never a dull day. By the way, yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Hansen. Good evening, Mr. Tom, whoever he is. Good evening to all the callers, all the Texas, everybody. Happy St. Wednesday. Well, Mr. Hansen, congratulations. You see, Mark, we hit.
Huh?
You see how much subscribers they had, you know.
Oh, all right.
So, congratulations.
Thank you very much, man. We hard at work, man. We're working hard.
Hard at work. Exactly. All right, Mr. Hansen, I'll call back later.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Folks, we had to get to 20,000 by July. We're currently at 18,000. Yeah? And it's due to you that has gotten us there so far. And, just continue to support us and we continue to work hard. I ain't gonna lie to all you folks. This. All right, let me take this call here. I think this is this might be Tommy calling, folks. So let me take this call in a minute.
Laid to rest, laid to rest, laid to rest, laid to rest. It's alleged, it's alleged, it's alleged, it's alleged. Hey, tell them Kamala say, PNM dead. Petrochen workers say, the party dead, dead, dead. Bubba billions missing from the treasury. Corruption with taxpayers' money, the end is here, security. PNM dead. Hey, tell them Munilal say, PNM dead. Even the 1% say, the party dead, dead, dead. They support us mourning and crying. Funeral arrangements they making, the DMO leaving. PNM dead. Condolences to the Balize. SIEP, no more pale pale. The rising sun is ready to govern Trinidad and Tobago for a brighter tomorrow. One, restart the economy, to health sector, immediate victory. Abolish crime, put sports on the front line. Oh, every pipe must have water. 5, roads smooth as 6, provide people with work. UNC and making jokes. Tell them drilling say, PNM dead. Social media say, the party dead, dead, dead. The registered party members in pain. Scarborough, the put a spin. Inside sources say, PNM dead. Tell them Arnold say, PNM dead. Police, army and prison say, the party dead, dead, dead. Election night, flambeau burning steady. The casket was on the hearse ready. Read the red eulogy. PNM dead, dead, dead. Tell them Kamala say, PNM dead. Some of the members say, the party dead, dead, dead. When the CARICOM leaders hear what's up, seems like not one of them was in shock. Put them in one big box, PNM dead. Tell them Munilal say, PNM dead. Teachers, doctors and nurses say, the party dead, dead, dead. All the bad investments and fellas make investors not coming for the work. No more ice cream and cake, PNM dead, dead, dead. The Red Party showed no empathy for 18 babies and pipeline families. They so heartless, citizens in distress. The country in a crisis, SOE and still all restless. 1, UNC on a mission 2, to correct the school system. 3, end poverty and clean up TNT. 4, speed up the housing process. 5, lower taxes. 6, revamp we energy, bring back the oil refinery. Tell them Kamala say, PNM dead. Petrochen workers say, the party dead, dead, dead. Bubba billions missing from the treasury. Corruption with taxpayers' money, the end is here, security. PNM dead. Hey, tell them Munilal say, PNM dead. Even the 1% say, the party dead, dead, dead. They support us mourning and crying. Funeral arrangements they making, the DMO leaving. PNM dead, dead, dead. Tell them drilling say, PNM dead. Social media say, the party dead, dead, dead. The registered party members in pain. Scarborough, to put a spin. Inside sources say, PNM dead. Tell them Arnold say, PNM dead. Police, army and prison say, the party dead, dead, dead. Election night, flambeau burning steady. The casket was on the hearse ready. Read the red eulogy. Yeah, them dead, dead, dead.
And of course, we are back with you. It's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Folks, as soon as you get in the village, do your village civic duty. Share the live, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. And of course, folks, subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can always reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. Let me welcome my pal, the man himself, the young man, you want to know me, the man better known as Tommy Boy. Tommy, how you going?
I'm good. I'm great. Thank you for allowing me to be a little late. But
late.
Little challenges here and there.
That's how it always goes, you know? Always go. What Tommy? Who was first in the chat yesterday? I mean Tuesday. You know, I remember Batman first today. Was he first last time?
It may have been him.
You feel so?
Could be. But I remember he denied
Ramki soon.
Yeah, he denied Miss Ramki soon.
Yeah, Ramki soon. Right. Okay. So let me see if somebody could tell me who was first last time earlier. I'm gonna go down to the bottom here. Oh, all right. Mr. Intellectual say it was Batman. All right.
It was Batman.
A new streak. So Tommy, let me ask you a question. Does Sunday count, being that Sunday talk, the Sunday count for the hat trick?
I guess we can go with every day that we're here.
So that go count for the hat trick.
Yep.
All right. So Batman on a double, right? He had a single, he had a double. He going for the hat trick. Australian take a hat trick just the other day against the West Indies, right? So let me see if Batman could do the hat trick, because it haven't been a hat trick in a long time, you know. But I know Monica and them ain't gonna allow that. Well, forget Volsang and forget Caribbean Soul. Them out of the picture. You know? The only thing them fellas coming is late. Yeah. That's the only how them fellas coming late. So Batman, he say boom, 11:19, yes? You think it easy? Batman say good evening, Professor Uncle Tommy, and all the villagers in the chat. And Monica was next, boy. Monica say LOL, boy, laugh out loud. Yeah, Monica, yeah. Monica say good day, Uncle Tommy, and Wall Street adverse weather in TNT. Tommy, adverse weather.
All over the world.
Yeah, okay. Batman say hi to Monica. Caribbean Soul coming at 12:03. And here is coming. But what any chicken foot I see in here? Yeah, Caribbean Soul. I had to say this. Tommy, in my estimation, Caribbean Soul and Volsang Days, maybe Mr. Intellectual too, you know, for coming in first in the chat and number. Them like the West Indies now. Them getting licks all over the place. All over the place. So
competition.
Yeah. Monica come through, and then Batman spoil it. So somebody, anyway, let me just say nothing there before people say I pick sides. Caribbean Soul, good day, WZYE TV and listeners. Boy, Tommy, can you imagine this, boy? $178 million owed to stakeholders for Carnival. Out this out, and here the excuse from the former Minister of Culture now. That money goes back years. Can you imagine that, Tommy? You
Yeah,
had the audacity to say that money goes back years. So
I'm gonna tell you something. I come to one conclusion. Trinidad is really tricky, Dad.
why?
There's only tricks and more tricks.
Yeah. Andre Lucian, no way you guys sleep here. Laugh out loud. Andre, yeah, is the village, you know. The village always awake, boy. And Caribbean Soul, you are right. Right? I will read a little bit of what Gary Griffith put out. Tommy, I find Gary Griffith batting in the crease these days, you know.
I bet he has a lot to say.
But he batting in the crease, man. I
Yeah,
find he batting in the crease these days. I figure you see what's going on in West Indies, so he's staying in the crease. Caribbean sources, PNM supporters saying we silent on live sport matter. But I would advise them to go read Gary Griffith's statement he put out recently. Nowhere in his statement he mentioned the minister or ministry.
but what do you think about that life sport ruling of late?
Listen, I thought it was an excellent initiative, and the initiative went sideways, and the Prime Minister at the time, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, did the right thing, right? And let the chips fall where they may, Tommy. Let the chips fall where they may. You understand? And as much as people are saying, if anybody is guilty, let them suffer the consequences. Simple. Whoever is guilty of any law, they break any law, let them suffer the consequences, whatever it is. You understand? Because it's taxpayers' money. But a lot of people want to throw Anil under the bus with regards to live sport. Of course, he was the minister of sport.
He was the line minister.
Right. But so far, nothing so far. Yeah? Yeah. Or here comes the Guardian published putting the ministry to try blame Anil for that. You know, Tommy, let me go through this chat here real quick. Because I did an editorial on a on a Guardian editorial. And you see that fourth estate, Tommy, you know, you prophetic, you know, brother.
Well, I call it as I see it.
Say that again?
I call it as I see it. Always truth to power.
Yeah, right. You were one of the first persons I hear speaking about the fourth estate, you know. Really and truly. One of the first individuals I hear.
Because I saw clearly through the nonsense.
They were tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The agents.
So what I want to do, right? Let me finish the chat. And I want to do something. I want to get this one out of the way early today because there's plenty that we have. I did an editorial on the Guardian. The Guardian did an editorial, and I did an editorial on the editorial.
On the editorial.
Yeah. And it's titled The Guardian's Misleading Coverage of Dr. Rowley's Detention Claim. I mean, they tried to, what?
They're working.
Yeah. Caribbean Soul said it wasn't the PNM who took that live sport for investigation. It was the People's Partnership under the Ministry of National Security, Gary Griffith, that took it to the police to be investigated. And people on them, Vindra, welcome. Miss Santa Cruz, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to my friends on the village chat. Good afternoon to you, Miss Santa Cruz. Batman says, what up, CS? What do you expect from the Guardian? It's owned by the 1%. Miss Santa Cruz says, Caribbean, that's liar propaganda. Anil Lee was never called a knife sport. And the illiterate PNM dumb donkey saying, because Kamala laid it in Parliament, Anil get away. What crap? Yeah. Mr. Intellectual say, blessed afternoon, pro Uncle T and all villagers. Hope you all had a tremendously blessed day. Look, Volsan come. Volsan come at 5:12 p.m. 5:12 p.m. I tell you, Tommy, it's a kind of late arrival like the West Indies. Understand? The second 2020, Tommy, the West Indies get licks again. I don't know why they be wasting my time saying down to watch the West Indies play cricket for, you know. Seriously. And hear the complaints, Tommy, from Volsang. Like, all you have nothing to do when the day come. Gosh, man, Volsang, it takes a minute to put a comment in the chat. What do you mean? You could be on your walk. You could be anywhere. Take a minute. Don't try that now, man. You're like the West Indies now. You're coming very late, but yeah. Damien, Anton, Vincent. Good night, Professor Warshid, Uncle Tommy, and viewers. Good night to you. And of course, Damien, don't forget, share the live and subscribe. Clinton Williams, good night. Good night, Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy. Blessings to all. Dr. Gordon, Dryden, Joseph. Good evening, all. I hope you all are having a good day. Welcome, Miss BVI, Mr. and Mrs. Robin and Jean. Good evening, TNT, Uncle Tommy and Professor Warshid. Locked on from BVI. Yeah, man. Wolzang say Walls, Uncle Tommy, good evening to you both. Cool Runner, good night. Wall Street, Tommy, everyone. But you know, I noticed Caribbean Soul put no names in tonight. Yeah, all right. You only listening. You know. Michael, welcome. Good evening, people on the chat. Now taking over to do my night shift on offshore Cassia gas platform, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Hey, Michael, where that platform is? Come you see that? Michael
Yeah,
on our platform, you know.
Yeah, I think that's out on the East Coast.
Eh? What? Yeah, internet out there, boy?
Yeah, there's an internet on the platform.
Oh. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Michael, how long you doing that? Tell me that has be like what? A month on, a month off, something like that? Eh?
I'm not sure exactly how it works. But is that
You say graveyard shift, as they say. But when the shift finish, Tommy, do they bring them back ashore? Or does go and sleep?
sometimes they're out there for a while. It's when they cycle, they come back.
So Michael, give you a little hint now. I know you're running away from the work a little bit. When your shift finish, do you come back ashore or do you stay out there? Michael said plenty rain out in the ocean. Wee boy. Yeah, boy. They say it have plenty rain on land too. You know?
Plenty of weather, heavy weather.
Yeah, that's interesting, you know.
You see out in Asia too, they have some challenges.
Okay. Yeah. And Michael say can't listen to program as I have some flowing gas wells to check. It's like a time boat out here. No mistakes to be made. Michael, go and check it, eh? Take care of business.
Yep.
Yeah. Wish you all the best out there, brother. Wish you the best, man. And thank you for locking on out there.
Just
Tell
be
your
safe.
friends out there, eh?
Just be safe.
We gotta do something for them out there, Tommy. Just Georgia, welcome. Good evening, Wall Street and Tommy. Our honorable PM should investigate Rowley claims of Interpol. Mark, welcome. Mark from Marabella. Good evening, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Mark, welcome to you. Bennett Thomas. Good evening, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy and all on the chat. Good evening to you, Bennett. Michael said, I'll be back in and out so people do your thing and get rid of the PNM forever. Always Faris have to be in a cell. Only I don't sell out there, Michael. Yeah, I don't sell out there. Tell him about it. Tommy, but I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Is Keith Scotland a senior counsel?
I used to think so. I don't know if I'm wrong, if I'm right.
Okay. Is Stuart Young a senior counsel?
That I'm not sure about.
Okay, all right. Rowley have a case with the goat farm, right? For land, right? That
Yeah.
Into the Privy Council, right?
And then his or is it Ramesh? Who's his lawyer?
Ramesh. So what? How come? Let me ask the question. How come Stuart Young, nor Keith Scotland, who is also senior counsel, not on the case for Rowley Goat Farm? I'm just asking you folks, I don't know. How come, Tommy?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So folks, you all have to help me, eh? You have two senior counsel within the ranks of the PNM, right? You have to take a case to the Privy Council. You have to go outside the PNM to get a man who we could say is or was a UNC in order to defend you in the case. You couldn't use them same two fellas. And by the way, since we're there, you hear Stuart Young coming out to defend Prime Minister Rowley with respect to this Interpol gate.
He's very quiet.
I'm fellas and no testicular fortitude. Eh? Michael said, I heard PNM have a lion show tonight in Malabar for their supporters to enjoy with Balize juice. Yeah. You have a lion show. Yeah. Financial Guru, welcome.
Professor Wall-Street, let me turn down this thing here. Professor Wall-Street, I want to get in quick because I think it's important. I've been having several discussions, heated discussions with several people. And everybody thinks that Dr. Rowley is correct in this matter. A lot of people, not everybody. But I
wait. Financial Guru, you mean a lot of PNM people?
Yeah. Well, let me just say, a lot of people who have biases or prejudices on this matter. The Professor Wall Street, it forced me to inquire. I can't name anybody, but it forced me to inquire as the proper what really happened and what are the safeguards and what is the recourse. I listened to your editorial.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out some quick things which wouldn't take long, because I think it needs to be understood that Dr. Rowley did not do his homework with regards to this. So if we examine the incident which happened with Dr. Rowley, who was detained briefly in Antigua, right? The question is, how does Interpol work? Can its system be politically abused? This is important, Professor Walsh. Just give me the time, because people have to understand that. You have facts, logic, and critical thinking whenever we're doing these things. When you make an assertion or an allegation, he who alleges must prove. There must be evidence, a body of evidence. So here's what it says. And what safeguards exist to protect individuals like Dr. Rowley, especially high-ranking officials. So let's break it down. Interpol and how it works. Interpol is not a global police force. I think you went through that. It is more like an international network connecting 195 countries, helping police cooperate across borders. At its core are notices and diffusions, essentially alerts that one country sends to others about individuals they are tracking. And here are the breakdown of the main types. I'm just going to go quickly. The most important one, red notice, the most serious. It is a request to locate and provisionally arrest someone wanted for prosecution to serve a sentence, but it's not an arrest warrant. Blue notice, to locate or identify a person of interest. Yellow notice, for missing persons. Green notice, to warn other countries about a person who poses a threat based on past criminal behavior. Purple notice, to share information about criminal techniques or weapons used. Black notice, for unidentified bodies. Orange notice, to warn a serious and imminent threat like explosives or toxic materials. UN special notice, issued at the request of the UN Security Council. Now, here's the protection that everybody has to listen to. Article 3, Interpol's anti-political shield. Dr. Rowley should know about this, or members of his cabinet, former cabinet. If he had informed and asked about this, he would know about these protections. Now, where it is important, Interpol's constitution has a safeguard built in called Article 3. And here's what Article 3 says. It is strictly forbidden for the organization to undertake any interventions or activities of a political, military, religious, or racial character. In short, no red notices or alerts can be used for political revenge. Interpol must remain neutral. It doesn't care about politics, only real, verifiable crimes. Every red notice goes through a review team of legal experts at Interpol, and there's an independent watch body called the CCF, again, Commission for the Control of Interpol Files. The CCF lets individuals check if they've been flagged. Did Dr. Rowley do that? I don't know. Challenge any alert that seems politically motivated. Did he do that? It doesn't seem so. And demand removal of their data. Now, I just want to go quickly. Let's just go quickly. What possibly happened? You had the Antiguan government officials, the foreign minister, as well as the attorney general, saying one thing and then kind of couching it that this is a Trinidad political identity issue. It was a misidentification, most likely. Did something happen to Dr. Rowley? The attorney general asserts that something happened, but I believe when I spoke to several people, it may have been a mistaken identity. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to close with this. What could Rowley do? What could Dr. Rowley do? Look at this logically. Why would Mrs. Prasad Bissessa, 3 months into a regime, a constitutional lawyer who has worked over the Caribbean, has a cadre of lawyers, want to put mischief in place for Dr. Rowley when he can do these things? Even with a red notice, which he didn't have, which they say Guerrero, Wayne Sturge, Alexander, Mrs. Bissessa Prasad, right, all said nothing of this sort happened. He can do this, file a request with Interpol to confirm if any record, even informal, exists in their systems. To submit a formal complaint to the CCF, the independent watchdog. If any political motivated data exists, he can demand it be deleted. 3, which is important, he was just in London. And if he went to London, Professor Wall Street, if he went to London, there was no notice, there was no detention. How come he get detained in Antigua twice? Probably there was an error by the officials in Antigua and they don't want to admit it. But it says he can take legal action at home or abroad. So if any government, a foreign agency did it, he can take legal action against them. If any public official caused reputational harm or misuse state systems, he could sue for damages or abuse of power. And finally, he could appeal to human rights bodies like the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights if he believes this incident was state-sponsored harassment. So in closing, Professor Wall Street, Dr. Rowley did not do his homework. Did something happen? Probably yes. But all the evidence demonstrates that there was no type of red notice, which is the most dangerous and the most criminally plausible one that you would have, or any other notices. If he went to London, why didn't he get detained in London? Why, if you, according to the Attorney General from Antigua, if he was on that list, a watchdog list, why it is not there right now? Given all what Interpol does to protect people like Dr. Rowley. So all I'm saying to you is, Brent Thomas, Susan Martin, and the taking of that person from Barbados with a CARICOM impact plane with no explanation as of now. Mr. Commissioner Ulla Christopher, I don't want to call her in this, said she would have a report. There was no report. I think, as I said, two things. One, what you said, okay, it's a distraction. But two, do so and like so. He should have done his work. And if anybody, you're not hearing from him now, I dare anybody in the PNL and Dr. Rowley, go and do your homework. And if you find anything, come back and bring it to the public and let the chips fall where they may. I don't think Mrs. Prasad Vistessa is so foolish, given all the problems Trinidad and Tobago has, to engage in such a banter fodder. Have a good night, Professor Wall Street. Have a good night, Uncle Tommy. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thanks for your contribution.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had them on the Toesville song. Yeah, they're saying all kind of things. Yeah. Anika Haju. Anika, where you joining us from? For me, that's a new person, boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Anika, where you joining us from? The Santa Cruz say coming for you, not Larry Moore and Curly. Oh, God. No, that's what I did, bitch. We want to know where the 3 billion go. Not only that, not just rather. The 178 million in NCC. Tommy?
Yep.
Can you imagine that?
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Of course I can.
Unbelievable, man. Hold on, let me just tell this person a message. Yeah. Yeah? Unbelievable.
You better believe it.
Tommy, it appears to me that we should just do an audit of all their ministries. You know? I just feel so. 178 million, Tommy. Tommy wants Mr. Farris has to face what he did concerning the CPEP contractors. And Tommy, I do understand. When they go down and question Farris, when the police go down and question Farris, and we go play what Farris says about they trying to make bacchanal and confusion, and look, boy, I find them just give away too much, you know. Nah, Rowley, I agree. Rowley should pay that money from his pension. He don't even have to go in his pension. Correct. While listening to a program hosted by a slaver, I realized they are throwing out some baseless accusation used to sway voters in 2015. That rhetoric will not work again. They're scraping the barrel. Volsang, you being generous? They're scraping the barrel. You being very generous. They're scraping the sub-basement. Is the sub-basement they're scraping or not, Tommy?
I concluded the fix Trinidad will need a personality like Ibrahim Traore.
I want to say, Tommy, we have the right person to fix Trinidad and Tobago now, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Vistessa. And before we go for the break, folks, think about this, right? I have been asking for one innovative idea that has came out of the PNM. I go get them the last 5 years. One, Tommy. One. I asked for one, eh? Think about this. The current government have been in office, let me say 3 months, we rounding up. And I could already give you more than one innovative idea. And listen to this one. Stand your ground. Where else in the Caribbean they have stand your ground laws? And I want to get into that. I want to make a comparison between stand your ground and the Castle Doctrine. But let me take that break. Folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsh, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. We'll be right back. Stick on stay. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsh, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, as you get in, share the live, do your WZYE Civic Duty, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509.
So, folks, let me do this real quick. I want you all to listen to this editorial here, this editorial on the Fourth Estate with respect to Dr. Rowley detention claims. I don't understand how the police haven't interrogated the former prime minister as yet. I don't understand that. You think if it was me did some type of thing like that, man, I might have been down in Besson Street already, with some silver bracelets. Take a listen to this.
Dr. Rowley's detention claims. An editorial critique by Professor Wall Street. The Guardian's recent editorial regarding Dr. Keith Rowley's alleged detention in Antigua represents a troubling departure from journalistic integrity and critical analysis. While positioned as balanced commentary, the piece fails to adequately contextualize Rowley's history of public deception and treats his unsubstantiated claims with unwarranted credibility. This editorial response examines why the Guardian's coverage is both disingenuous and misleading. Here are 10 reasons why the Guardian's editorial is disingenuous and misleading. 1. Selective amnesia regarding Rowley's track record. The Guardian conveniently ignores Dr. Rowley's well-documented pattern of public deception that earned him the moniker the Lion King. The editorial treats his claims as credible without acknowledging his history of misleading statements about Petrotrin's closure, the Emailgate scandal, meritless manipulations, and the phantom $100 million allocation to disadvantaged communities. This selective amnesia undermines the editorial's credibility and misleads readers about the source's reliability. 2. False equivalence between unsubstantiated claims and official denials. The editorial presents Rowley's uncorroborated allegations as equally valid to official denials from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and Antiguan authorities. This false equivalence suggests that personal testimony from a politician with a history of deception carries the same weight as institutional records and official statements, a fundamentally flawed journalistic approach. 3. Manufactured legitimacy through diplomatic status. The Guardian inappropriately uses Rowley's former diplomatic status to lend credibility to his claims, arguing that someone of his stature wouldn't fabricate such stories. This appeal to authority ignores the reality that political figures, regardless of rank, have repeatedly made false statements for political gain. Diplomatic status doesn't immunize anyone from scrutiny or accountability. 4. Mischaracterization of Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessa's response. The editorial unfairly characterizes PM Kamla Persad-Bissessa's response as casual dismissal when demanding an apology represents a reasonable response to unsubstantiated allegations that could damage the nation's international reputation. The Guardian fails to acknowledge that responsible leadership requires challenging false narratives rather than legitimizing them. 5. Burden of proof reversal. The editorial inappropriately shifts the burden of proof, suggesting that the absence of evidence doesn't mean there's no problem. This reversal of basic journalistic and legal principles allows any unsubstantiated claim to be treated as potentially valid, creating a dangerous precedent where politicians can make allegations without evidence and expect serious consideration. 6. Amplification. Without verification. By publishing this editorial, The Guardian amplifies Rowley's claims without adequate fact-checking or verification. The piece acknowledges that concrete proof of an Interpol red notice for Dr. Rowley remains elusive, yet continues to treat the matter as legitimate, effectively serving as a megaphone for potentially false information. 7. Institutional undermining through speculation. The editorial undermines institutional credibility by suggesting various conspiracy theories, miscommunication, lack of transparency, procedural errors without evidence. This speculative approach damages public trust in institutions based on the unverified claims of a politician with a documented history of deception. 8. Ignoring pattern recognition. The Guardian fails to apply basic pattern recognition to Rowley's behavior. Given his track record of false statements about Petrotrin, Emailgate, merit lists, and community funding, a responsible editorial would have questioned why this particular claim should be treated differently. This failure represents poor analytical journalism. 9. Political theater enablement. Despite claiming this isn't political theater, the editorial enables exactly that by treating unsubstantiated claims as newsworthy without proper skepticism. The piece provides Rowley with a platform to create controversy and distraction without requiring him to provide evidence. Classic political theater tactics. 10. International reputation damage. Ironically, while expressing concern about Trinidad and Tobago's international reputation, the editorial contributes to that damage by legitimizing unfounded allegations. By treating Rowley's claims seriously without evidence, The Guardian perpetuates a narrative that the country's institutions are unreliable, potentially affecting international relations and confidence. In conclusion, The Guardian's editorial on Dr. Rowley's detention claims represents a failure of journalistic responsibility and critical thinking. By ignoring Rowley's documented history of deception,
treating unsubstantiated claims as credible, and shifting the burden of proof away from the claimant. The editorial misleads readers and damages public discourse. Responsible journalism requires acknowledging that politicians who have repeatedly misled the public, earning nicknames like the Lion King, cannot expect their claims to be accepted without extraordinary evidence. The Guardian's failure to apply this basic principle reveals either incompetence or bias, neither of which serves the public interest.
The Fourth Estate's role is to hold power accountable, not to amplify unverified claims from politicians with questionable credibility. This editorial fails that fundamental test and undermines both journalistic integrity and democratic discourse.
You know, Tommy, I got to tell you, I was shocked and amazed when I read that editorial.
Why?
Shocked and amazed. Huh?
Why?
Go, Tommy, we in 2025. At least, Tommy, make it look like, you know, you're doing a little bit of homework. You're doing journalism. You know, not, you know, trying to defend that fella.
Yeah, well,
So
you have to recognize that. You have to recognize that the Fourth Estate are in bed with the prior leader.
Yeah, but told me they catch try to fool we sometime.
Let me see, somebody's calling here.
Go ahead.
Caller, you live.
Good evening.
Juice. Go ahead, Juice.
I believe what happened is that the PNM is trying to destabilize the country, right? The truth is this thing with Marvin Gonzalez. He said about the propagandists, all propagandists need to come out and spread it. Run people also on social media, right? And it's not just social media. They actually stonewalling, right? It's all out war, right? We need to be very careful with these PNM people. They do intend to take this loss easy. It could end badly. So,
Tommy, who's going in and out, you know? You hear him clearly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, Juice.
No, what I'm saying is the government need to be on red alert when it comes to the PNM. Right? They're getting dangerously desperate, and they're going to try anything to destabilize the government. And I believe they have minions in the judiciary also, right? This is like sporting some judgment come up with it like sport recently, and I am all kind of questioning everything about this thing, the timing and everything. Right? So, also too, I want to go to something else. Yes, yesterday evening I went to the County Central pre-budget consultation. Right? Green Search was there, along with Ravi Ratiram, the public admin minister, and our MP, David Lee, right?
when still he spoke about these prisoners and have flat screen TV in prison, right? All this kind of foolishness, the PLM was allowed it to happen, right? Another thing too, what he was saying is that the guns were coming in on the legal ports of entry. And the PLM was allowed it to happen, right? Also, the minister of one of the people came over from the PLM, right? He said that between 1962, right, to 2015, the national debt went up to 70 billion. Right?
Go ahead.
Right. Between 2015 to present time, the national debt went up to 145 billion. So it actually doubled. What is PLM doing with the money? Right? They're looking to make bacchanal all over the place. Right? What they did with our money? The PLM need to die. This is not a joke. The PLM out here to they send out the alarm because they know this could be for them. So they want to take down everybody with them. Right? So spread the word. The PLM must go. It's not a if, right? And it's like Dr. Rowley and all of them in on it, right? Because they're desperate.
Yeah, Juice. Thank you.
Yes, Juice. Thanks a lot, Juice. Pleasant night to you, and thanks again.
Thank you. Tommy, you were saying that clearly?
Yeah, I was hearing it. I'm having little problems, which I'm gonna get sorted out.
Yeah, but I wasn't hearing that whole thing was very distorted. So according to this report here, Building 13 houses the worst of the worst. 65-inch television discovered in a prisoner cell. It wasn't dropped off by a drone, Minister of Defense Wayne Sturge. I don't get that. I don't understand that. There are no cameras in that place. There are no cameras. And no head is going to roll. None. There are no cameras in there, Tommy.
You're supposed to.
I don't understand that. I could never understand that. Really. I don't understand that. Seriously. I'm missing something. You know? Why? So Tommy, the Guardian, I mean, if you put in an editorial, right? You as a newspaper, you have to make it look like if you're not biased. Make it look. Pretend. But like them ain't even pretending.
They can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves.
Yeah. And Tommy Mohammed, you're right. Thanks to social media. Yeah? It's social media, because the Fourth Estate had no interest in the UNC and the coalition of interest in it. They had no interest in that. None. And Semantic 62, you are absolutely correct. They have to answer questions. They're not getting any free pass. No free pass for them. 178 million in NCC, Tommy. 178, you know.
Yep.
It's not 178,000, you know. It's
I know.
178 million.
This I know.
That's said by Uncle Tommy and Professor Walsh.
Yeah.
Walsh, I want
Same
to
to you.
correction. Tommy was the first people brought that Fortex state to the forefront. Anyway, Walsh,
yeah.
I'm glad you brought up that point tonight about the Fortex state again. You know, there's a down my alley.
Yeah.
You realize why the PNM have a serious problem with social media?
Correct. Correct.
It's right now, there's less going on on Wall Street with some social media activists. On a list saying that people are going to try to take their life. So all of them on the social media right now bringing it to the attention of the public, right?
Yeah.
Wall Street. Listen to all PNM conversations when it comes to social media. Stuart was the first man said, well, if he win the government, he will be dealing with social media.
Correct.
To be more responsible.
Yes.
Marvin Gonzalez. All the PNM propagandists to run them off of social media. They have a problem with social media because social media is the only media bringing in the real information when it comes to the PNM. So the fourth estate literally watch it. This Lucifer Rowley, the Dr. Mashup situation still making headlines. You know?
Yeah.
They still asking the people what they think about that. You know?
Yeah.
Stuart Young, first the media not doing no homework. Stuart Young said this morning, they want a full investigation why Holy Goat with man name still on the list. What list? What list? So they're not posting anything. They know they're not posting. A comment from Paris Alwari. Why is the police not questioning Faris Alwari about our $1.4 billion that he pressured the CEO of the CPEP board to sign illegal? And you know, it's so shameless, bullshit.
Yeah.
I see Marvelous Marvin at Tobago program and still trying to hold on to the contract was legal enough. So Wall Street, I call it again tonight. Why is the police not in front of Faris Alwari door? Enjoy night, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Agree.
You too.
I wholeheartedly agree. UNCM proud welcome.
A pleasure good night to you, Uncle Tommy and Professor.
Yeah, man.
Professor.
Yeah.
It have some media house in Trinidad here, right? Now, when we had TTT and all the other radio stations, the PNM sent it out to that business group, right? And it helped them, and it's clear to see as they follow right. They in support are trying to mislead the public with certain information. And I will use your media to call them out, right? Because enough is enough. You know them stinking PNM having a public meeting. I don't want talking. And he twisted everything on the platform, but yet still, he told the people in the gathering in the little congregation day, right? That Paris and Stuart Young was telling contractors to give the PNM supporter contractors more contract and put it on the book and they give work. But he's talking about UNC fire the workers and them. Eh? After that, they're talking about the thief of the money. No? It's not a letter again. Because, Professor, I want to ask you a question. If you Uncle Tommy, move your money, right? On your instruction, and you tell him put it in the bank for you, and I give him the bank account. And he put it in your bank account, and he put it in the next bank account. And then you get to find out that from the bank order and say, hey, the money reached. What that mean? Eh? He make an error,
a glitch. They Stephen and they want to use the CPEP workers to stand on their back to say that they'll teach them. Though right is all the public meetings have. I should have been the one talking the most. He and Scotland and them and all the senior council. But you see, the PNM supporters and them, this time they had waked up and they see slavery was abolished since 600 years ago. And misleading. They're talking about how that when UNC say when UNC win, everybody win. What they see the state property tax, the demerit points, the Trinidad fund, and the TTRA. That's all the banking on. But the nice thing about it, they're talking about social media. It has some. And the own PNM people on social media mashing them up and said, you have a fraction, only promoters churchill, and some bad talking penny. Let it keep up the good work. Come on, good night, Uncle Tommy. We'll talk more. I'll call back.
Yeah. Yeah. Social media changed the whole landscape, you know.
They change the game. They change the game.
Change the landscape. Before they can't get away with what they were away with before.
You know, Tommy, it's interesting, eh? I just see stories posted on WZYE TV, and a day later, I now seen it posted on Guardian or Express or Newsday or CNC3. Them so behind, eh? You understand? And now it have people fact checking them in what they're writing. You understand? But for
the landscape changed.
The whole thing change up. As Duke say, the whole thing change up. Yeah, me take this call. Ram the Rhine, welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
Professor Walfleet. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Good night.
Same to you.
Find out what one cent Kenny Beckles is doing with Farris. Is he going to keep him as a senator or is he going to fire him?
No, he can't fire him. She can't fire him.
Who involved corruption, eh?
No, she can't fire him. Yeah. He might quicker fire she. Huh? He go quicker fire she. She can't fire him.
He could fire she.
Yeah, he could fire she before she could fire he.
Well, let's see if these guys can do what they want.
What do you mean?
You know?
Yeah.
Because they have a lame duck leader. You know? A leader who can't have no strength to stand up besides I'm not talking to UNC.
Correct.
See? She don't have a voice. Anyhow, take care.
Yeah, man. Tommy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
In the last 9 years, you ever hear Marvelous Marva, the Ferris wheel, the Imsbert, Scotland, any one of them call a press conference?
None of them had a voice.
You ever hear them fellas call a press conference?
They did not have a voice when Awi Boy was running things.
Let me take this one. KFC, go ahead. KFC.
Hi, good night, Mr. Watson, Uncle Tommy, man.
Good night. What's happening?
How you doing?
Back here. I see the piano meeting in Malabar, Moscow.
Yeah.
And they said the meeting is defense of the people.
Defense of which people? Which people them going to defend? Them ain't defending no people. Them only defending people because they're in opposition.
Yeah.
Them is opposition defenders.
Yeah. I see the red bottom monkey, Dominic Roman. The very first time he got meeting the constituency.
Waste of time. Waste of precious
and he
time.
talking about the bad roads in the constituency. But them was the free last 9 years.
Yeah, you forget that.
And the government doesn't.
2 months they want you to fix.
It is now. But I was really I could never like the PNM. The PNM is an old, evil, wicked party, you know. Them going to show love for poor people when in opposition.
That is it. You ain't see, hey, KFC, your boy, senior counsel, Skeet Scotland, the man say he get out 600 hampers, boy. In July, you know, he gain out hampers. And talking about...
Go ahead. Yeah. But that will go on with them. The only when he vote for the Spain South. 3 months before election, he give out hampers. The biggest thing in the hampers are sack of flour, you know.
Yeah.
People climbing up and back and thing, you know. Why he give us some hampers and things sometime last week or this week there?
Yeah. Yesterday he was giving out hampers. Is yesterday or today? One or the other. Yeah?
Yesterday.
Yeah, he gave out hampers 600. It wasn't one of them news thing. I see it on one of them news thing.
Oh, they should know what they can and love people now.
Yeah, we love you so. We only take care of you when we're in opposition.
Yeah, and another whole evil, wicked party. But Mr. Washington, I see Forest run, and he meeting there tonight, man. Only person go be and hold me and you up there right now. You're gonna a white PNM jersey and Dominic Costa can give him time out. Yeah, they get time to close off. But like he in charge of the meeting tonight,
All
so
right.
I look to understand.
Yeah, man.
Tell the police you up there.
Yeah. Bless. So, folks, finally, Faris broke his silence. I want you all to listen to this. Tommy, Faris Al-Rawi broke his silence. Listen to this. Listen all here. Listen, Listen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sakar Samuel, Guardian Media. I want to ask about what would be our front page of the Guardian today with respect to CPEP contracts, where the lawyers for CPEP, representing CPEP, are saying that CPEP contract renewals were not approved by Cabinet and a file is going to the fraud squad. We'd love some clarity on that.
Good night to you,
welcome.
Professor Walshooter.
Yeah, man.
And good night to you, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Hey, COP.
Faris Al-Wari is just a waste of time. It's just a complete waste of time. And the time will reach. The time will reach. I've been saying that 7 years now. The time will reach. Misconduct in public office should not be allowed in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, especially when you're interfering with taxpayers' money. Should not be tolerated in Trinidad and Tobago. But what's amazing to me, why Stuart Young will ask for the government to do a thorough investigation, and why Keith Rowley, Interpol only checking Keith Rowley passport? Why taxpayers? Why taxpayers will have to pay for that?
Correct.
Why he will want taxpayers to spend the money for that investigation? Why don't they take a private investigator and investigate what they have to take? All you don't think that they'll spend taxpayers' money rudely for so many years? Let Keith Rowley stand the pressure and go through whatever he had to go through. You know how much citizens of this country face that same pressure when Keith was in office? What did he do about it? Did he represent them properly? Why should taxpayers have to pay for arrogant, betrayal ex-prime minister? Why? Why we had to do that? And I want to tell this government, don't take our money, because that is not your money, and that is not the government money. That's taxpayers' money. Don't take taxpayers' money and spend it that way. Let Keith Rowley go through tribulation. The citizens of this country went through 10 years tribulation under Keith Rowley. That is why we vote him out. And whatever problem you face in an airport today, you stand up on your own. You abandon this country. And we must let the citizens know. Keith Rowley abandoned this country strong and healthy. He wasn't sick. He wasn't diabetic. He didn't have no sickness to say, well, all right, it was an emergency. He had also resigned. He resigned strong and healthy and campaign after. Before he time 5 years up, he abandoned the country, leave the country broken, spend over $600 billion and leave the country broken. Why is he strong and healthy and say he had to resign for no reason? He said he want to go and see about goat. Why he didn't think about that? Why he didn't think about that in 2020 for the general election? He had a constitutional duty to represent this country for 5 years. And he abandoned the country. I cannot understand if he was sick and he had was a say, well, all right, I resigned because I'm sick. It wasn't so. He abandoned the country to put his friend as prime minister to get $1 million back pay. Yeah. Why is he was strong and healthy? It have no prime minister in the world did something like that. No prime minister in the world in Western Hemisphere resigned the position and say, I want to go and see about my goat and sheep. Today he fighting for 80-something acres of land in Tobago. Why you will want half of Tobago? Why? Make sure he get that. Why Scotland? Why didn't ask Scotland to represent them?
You ask him.
Why didn't ask Faris Alwari to represent them?
Or Stuart Young. Stuart Young. What was Stuart Young?
Stuart Young.
Yeah.
Oh, he lawyer, he put
or Penny.
Petrotrainer.
Or Penny Weekbeckle.
Why he asked none of them PM lawyers?
Or Camille. Or how about Camille? Camille is attorney too? Camille is attorney too, right?
No, she didn't pass. She didn't pass maths. She didn't pass maths at all. She didn't pass maths. But for the 70 years, that they boast in the People's National Movement, what happened to all them lawyers and them?
All of them.
He gone to the lawyer that the PNM condemned for the 70 years. Wow. Why he didn't go to them lawyers and them that they had was to spend over $1 billion in lawyer briefs? How he going to none of them? All of them SCs and them that he make SC. How he going to none of them citizens of this country? We must reject Keith Rowley. We must reject the PNM. We must reject Stuart Young and Faris Alwari. Today, the Fourth Estate taking news from Facebook. Faris Alwari, why is the country looking for him? And ask them why it is you don't come and make a media release. Show your face. They had to go on Facebook. They had to go on Facebook to see what he write up on Facebook. The Fourth Estate. That's what the Fourth Estate doing to the citizens of this country. But the day will reach when the citizens of this country must hold the Fourth Estate to account and stop buying the papers. Citizens of this country, why you all want to read misleading news all right through? Yep. Why? If you continue to read misleading news, what you're doing is just misleading your own self, encouraging millionaires to mislead you, and you mislead the population. Trinidad and Tobago. Professor Walsh, have a good night. Yeah, take 10 out of 10 for the editorial too.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And what that tells you is that no longer can the Fourth Estate just try to use this spaghetti theory and throw things up on the wall and see what will stick to them. You understand? We're not encouraging that. We're encouraging that. We'll hold all your account. Right? Yeah, Ram Narayan. Welcome.
Yeah. Professor Wall Street and Tommy, tell me something. When the Prime Minister or any person in high office, the mid office, don't they have to give up the diplomatic passport?
I ain't sure about that. I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Because when you the mid office, you become a private citizen.
He's an ex-prime minister.
Ex-prime minister, yeah. But you know,
so I think you have to give up your I think you should give up your diplomatic passport.
But you know, let me be honest with all you. I believe in this country, the United States of America, a former president gets certain privileges.
Correct.
I believe an ex-prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago should have certain privileges. I don't care who is the ex-prime minister. I just feel that we in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't, once you are ex, cancel Christmas for you, over. I think the highest office in the land, a prime minister, right? I think something should be done. Where's that? Well, no, I don't agree with the one with Stuart Young and the pension. I don't agree with that. But I feel something should be done with respect to ex-prime ministers as far as, when they are no longer prime minister. That's my feeling.
Yeah, but Wall Street, they become an ordinary citizen like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember they're an ex-leader.
No longer hold high office.
Yeah.
They should have the same criteria like an ordinary citizen.
It cannot be. It cannot be.
Ram the Rhine. Nah. Yeah. It can't be that you as prime minister and next day you are considered to be an ordinary citizen. Nah. I don't believe
Obama's an ex-president. He cannot be treated as ordinary person.
You know what that's like, Ram the Rhine? Yeah, what that's like? That's like going to the Olympics and winning a gold medal. And when you come back home, you acting like you still a person who don't have a gold medal. Things have changed. You are now different.
Well, Wall Street, I see a logic in that. I see a logic in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will tell you this. I find out, I find out today.
Yeah.
They could stop in the States and make him surrender that passport, if he travel to the US, and they could make him surrender that passport to the Trinidad embassy.
Yeah.
So there's certain criteria that they have to follow, but I don't know. If he still have the diplomatic passport, you have to.
Yeah, I just feel that, with we as Trinidadians, we feel that if you were the prime minister and you're no longer prime minister, you have to be just like me now. And I just don't buy that. I don't buy that. So let me ask the question. Right? Go ahead, Ram the Rhine. I'll go ask the question when I'm finished. Go ahead.
Yeah. Wall Street. Wall Street. And the same goes. Okay, you have US passport. Okay. They could strip you of your US passport and citizenship anytime. Likewise, I have Canadian citizenship 50-something years.
Yeah.
They could strip me of that Canadian citizenship and my passport.
Correct.
You see?
Yeah.
So, in other words, technically, it's of no really big use. Because they could strip me of my citizenship and send me back to Trinidad.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. Because I wasn't born here. I came here.
Right.
Like everybody else who goes to the state as an immigrant, and then they apply for green card, they apply for citizenship, and they have been there a length of time. But yet, Trump sent them back people over there 60-something years.
Yeah.
Guy is a businessman in Texas, and he went to visit his son in somewhere. His son is a lawyer, and when he went back, I told him, and he have citizenship in the state 42 years, and they hold him, and they put him in detention. You see, I mean, these things are ridiculous. It's only Trinidad doing nothing right with all the Venezuelans.
Yeah. All right. All right. Bless.
Take care,
yeah, man. Bless. So, folks, breaking news. I don't know we just have breaking news here. Breaking news. Let's go to the breaking news real quick. Breaking news. Hold on. Let me get that here. Breaking news. Just a minute. Let me see this. So, folks, there's breaking news coming out of Trinidad and Tobago currently right now. As we speak, Dr. Rudan Munilal on scene of a fire at Ramco Industries, Union Hall, San Fernando. Dr. Munilal here is being briefed by the fire service officers and Imtiaz Rahman of Ramco. So breaking news, Dr. Rudal Munilal on scene of fire of Ramco Industries, Union Hall, San Fernando. Dr. Munilal is being briefed here by fire service officers and Imtiaz Rahman of Ramco. So there you have it, folks. You know, they're working, you know. What time it is? The 8:45, you know, p.m., you know. They're on the job, they're working. This is serious business, you know. Yeah, so there you have it, folks. So, folks, Faris Al-Rawi finally spoke. Let's hear what Faris Al-Rawi had to say.
Good morning. Good morning. Sakar Samuel, Guardian Media. I want to ask about what would be our front page of the Guardian today with respect to CPEP contracts, where the lawyers for CPEP, representing CPEP, are saying that CPEP contract renewals were not approved by Cabinet, and a file is going to the fraud squad. We'd love some clarity on that. Those contract extensions, the contentious ones right now, they're saying were not approved by Cabinet.
So, folks, that was Faris Al-Rawi breaking the silence.
He really broke the silence.
Yeah, he break his silence. He break his silence. Yeah. But in addition to that, Tommy, there was actually a release with Faris Al-Rawi. Actually, what happened, you know, in that one, because you know, a lot of people want to know, Tommy, why hasn't the police visit Faris Al-Rawi to find out about this $1.4 billion in CPEP? They want to know. Busy, welcome. Busy.
Good night.
Good night to you, man.
Yeah, what up there? You didn't disclose what that meeting about you have going on. Is it a fire, right? I see it earlier on.
Which
like
meeting is that?
Plan on fire.
Oh. Yeah, right. Well, you know, you could get them more information.
Earlier on, I see it. Very like the Plan on fire.
Or the plant on fire.
Bottling the gas.
Okay.
Go gas.
Okay.
I see it on here earlier on.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so it's Ramco, right?
So,
Ramco?
Ramco Industries, where there's bottling the gas.
Yeah.
I hear it's fired up there.
Yeah, fired Ramco Industries, yeah. You're on the scene of a fired Ramco Industries. Union Hall, San Fernando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By way of bottling the gas.
Okay. All right. Hope everything is okay.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope everything will come. I hope no life and loss.
Correct. Yeah, man.
All right, your partner here, man.
Yeah, man. Bless. All right. Take
Yeah.
care. Yeah. So, folks, take a listen to this.
Former Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Faris Al-Rawi is breaking his silence on allegations tied to ongoing litigation involving the Community-Based Environmental Protection and Enhancement Program, CPEP. Al-Rawi said the information being circulated is intended to deceive the public. The allegations may...
So, Tommy, I put out an affidavit, Tommy. And that is to deceive the public, Tommy? Help me here now, Tommy. Help me.
Guess what? Do you really expect him to be truthful?
No, I don't expect him to be truthful. But I expect him to come with a good story. Don't be truthful, but at least have a good story. That's all I'm saying. Have a good story. Let's not forget this,
that the PNM has found itself in, as the gentleman would have said rightly. Dr. Eric Williams, many years ago, said that every single member of the PNM is a propagandist of the PNM. And one of the first things I will do as your new chairman is to ensure that the propagandists of the PNM must be deployed on every nook and every cranny of this country, and we will chase them away on social media, and that the gospel of the PNM must be known to every single citizen of this country.
Made public by CPEP CEO Keith Eddy, where that Al Rawi pressured him to approve the mass renewal of contractor contracts without cabinet approval in the days leading up to the April 28th general election. The claims have been taken up by the United National Congress, UNC, with Public Utilities Minister Barry Patterath urging Al Rawi to address the issue. The former Prime Minister and the Line Minister, together with all cabinet ministers, have a responsibility to the people of Trinidad and Tobago to say whether any member of the PNM pressured the CEO of CPEP to extend these contracts. I am asking whether any of them misled fraudulently, a representation that the cabinet did in fact give the approval for $1.4 billion in expenditure that has now found its way on public record through the court. Usually, former Minister Al Rawi is very vocal on these issues, and therefore his silence is deafening. But in a statement to Guardian Media yesterday, Al Rawi cautioned against the premature and politicized discussion of proceedings still before the courts.
Tommy, yeah, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It is inappropriate while the matter is being actively considered by the court for persons to be releasing affidavit evidence untested by cross-examination and calling upon others to comment on such evidence, said Al Rawi. The determination of the litigation against CPEP is important to 11,000 workers.
Now, Tommy, I want people to take note. This is Faris Al Rawi saying this. Let me play that. I want to play this. Listen,
and you hear how many workers?
Others comment on such evidence, said Al Rawi.
Listen how many workers he's saying. Listen.
Yep.
Rawi. The determination of the litigation against CPEP is important to 11,000 workers, and
11,000 workers. Tommy, what you was just saying the other day? How much workers?
20.
20,000. 20,000. You understand? I tell all you, my mother-in-law told me 37 years ago before we get married, a liar has no memory, You see PNM people, PNM MPs, and PNM activists, and PNM people like Dr. PNM Fox, Dr. Gordon Dryden Joseph, Dr. Cheryl,
Reed.
Who's the other one? Where is the other one? Yeah?
Reed.
Know how to lie. But I tell them 37 years ago before I get married, my mother-in-law said to me, she said, Slim, you know a liar has no memory. What mother-in-law talking about? My mother-in-law proved to be a prophet. Let me play that back here, Tommy. You know, next thing they will say, Tommy and Walshit is AI.
To comment on such evidence, said Al Rawi. The determination of the litigation against former Minister Al Rawi is very vocal on these issues, and therefore his silence is deafening. But in a statement to Guardian Media yesterday, Al Rawi cautioned against the premature and politicized discussion of proceedings still before the courts. It is inappropriate while the matter is being actively considered by the court for persons to be releasing affidavit evidence untested by cross-examination and calling upon others to comment on such evidence, said Al Rawi. The determination of the litigation against CPEP is important to 11,000 workers and their family members. Al Rawi criticized what he called the public trading of specific allegations and suggested that the UNC's approach risks compromising the integrity of the legal process. To engage in public trading of specific allegations now before the court, in the manner prompted by the UNC, would not be in the best interests of the heart of the litigation to find relief for brutalized workers dismissed by CPEP's actions, he added. The former minister also hinted at what he described as a deliberate attempt to distort public perception by selectively releasing information. With a view towards halting attempts at scandalization, I can say that clearly not all information has been put into the public domain in a clear attempt to deceive the public, Al-Rawi said. Al-Rawi also took aim at the public utilities minister. Mr. Patarath has clear and vested interests in his own political agenda, which will be properly addressed in due course. Back in June, CPEP terminated the contracts of over 300 CPEP contractors, affecting an estimated 10,000 plus workers.
Tommy, you hear that, right?
Yep. Claro.
These fellas.
It came after the government announced that an audit would be conducted into CPEP following allegations of corruption and mismanagement under the previous administration. The PNM and a dismissed contractor are challenging the dismissal in court. Meanwhile, Patarath said the complete CPEP board will be announced by tomorrow, Thursday. Yesterday, Patarath explained that while some members of the board have already been appointed and are actively working, government is moving to finalize the remaining appointments to ensure the organization's operations continue without disruption. He said the audit is also ongoing. He also said payments are currently being made to terminated CPEP contractors.
Think them fellas easy? What I think them fellas easy? Ain't easy, you know, Tommy?
Yep.
Them just get caught up in their own lies, Tommy.
Yep. They used to get away with it. When it was only the Port Estate, they could have got away with anything.
Anything. No longer. They can't get away with them things no longer. You understand?
Those days are over.
They're trying to utilize this spaghetti theory, but it ain't working. It's not working, right? As Duke says, the whole thing change up.
That's right.
The whole thing change up. Let me see if I can get in our voice note before you go for the. Hold on, huh? Let me see if I can get in our voice note here. Okay, let me see. All right, let me try this voice note here.
Good night, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and to everybody out there. Somebody make this make sense, Samina. Please. You borrowed 250 million to pay for that. Right? You only paid 70-something million or something like that. You still have 170 something million plus million balance. Where the money going? And then you coming to tell us that was a debt incurred by the partnership government after 9 years?
Oh God.
Yeah, see, look, somebody make that make sense to me now. It's not that sense. No wonder you all are a bunch of failures. Take 9.728 years to pay off a debt. What was that debt? So let me tell all you something, eh? You see, all the drowning in lies. Drowning in lies. And all your lies, you see where you have all it today? That was God work. God had to put the UNC government there to expose the lies of the PNM and the corruption. And the next one is Gordon. We must talk about the PNM in opposition. I want him to tell me if Rowley was not talking the UNC opposition up until he left office, and then Young Lai take over. And up to now, you still have them saying, Marvin saying that what the UNC was in opposition for 9 years. Why didn't the old crime plan? God, are you for real? You're a mocking pretender. Why is it we must be reminded about the PNM who just left office 84 days ago? We must not be reminded about what they did to this country. all the money that's missing. Look at the corruption in live sport and all you in the sports ministry and all you want to talk about live sport. Every ministry under the PNM is live sport 1, 2, and 3. They have no moral authority to point their fingers at anybody. Disgusting bunch of brigands. That's what they are. And coming to talk. They have no shame whatsoever. It's a lot worse than Uncle Tommy.
Okay.
So folks, we're going to take that break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington U on WZYE 95.9 FM. When we come back, folks, there is more. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
No more red. No more red. No more red. No more red. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see us win. We want the brights again. No more penny again. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. We don't vouch for you. And we are tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes.
And from the police. I can confirm that there was an incident, a fire incident at the Ramco Industries Limited, Union Hall, San Fernando, in the constituency of Oropouche East. I visited the scene. It was a fire blaze that took place around 7:05 p.m. tonight, the 24th of July. I visited and was met by the owners of the establishment, the Rahman family, Mr. Imtiaz Rahman and other members of the family. I received a briefing from the fire services and from the police on the scene. It appears that it was a fire that erupted in an area, a particular area in the compound, but thankfully it was confined to a particular area and the fire service acted, we are informed, quite professionally and had adequate resources to extinguish the blaze and get the blaze under control with both water and foam. And it has been under control there. Regrettably, 4 employees have been injured. They have been taken to the San Fernando General Hospital. We understand 2 may be serious, and we are monitoring that in collaboration with the health authorities. And Minister Lakram Bodo himself was informed and gave a report on this matter as well. We expect that they will get the best medical help that is needed at this time. We want to say that the families and the injured men are of deep concern to us and their prayers for speedy recovery from this really tragic incident. Tomorrow we'll receive a report from the preliminary report from the fire services, and the OSH agency will also be activated to conduct their statutory duties in circumstances like these. As the population may know that Ramco Industries is a significant supplier of LPG in the market in Trinidad and Tobago. And we, from the standpoint of the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, we also have a concern with that matter. But our overriding concern now is with the human beings, with the employees, to ensure that they get the best care in the circumstances and recover fully from this incident. I just want to compliment the fire services and all officers of law enforcement who were present on a very professional job. And we'll continue to monitor the situation as it relates to Ramco. And of course, we will be in touch and working with the health authorities and so on, and the Ministry of Health to monitor the condition of the injured employees.
So, folks, there you have it, directly from the Minister of Energy, Dr. Rudan Mulilal, giving us an update of exactly what happened. You know, as we hear, there's nobody. There are a few people that have been injured, and you know they're on the job and taking care of business. That is what the government is doing. They're taking care of business. Yeah. So we hope that everything turns out right, and that there are no loss of life. So that's our breaking news. Well, our second set of breaking news, as we say. All right, right. So Tommy, I want to shift. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Wall Street.
You have any voice note there?
No, I'm having problems with my device. I'm trying to work on it meanwhile we're talking here.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah. COP, welcome.
Professor Walsh, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Listeners,
yes.
If PNM was in power, that place would have burned down. If PNM was in power. When last you hear the fire service are firm? They use foam to out fire. When last you hear that? For the past 10 years, we see that firehouse and the place burned down. The fire service didn't have access to water.
Yeah.
Foam.
Correct.
Foam. Look at having that now. Look at having foam in the fire service to help out fires. We never had that under the PNM. We watch buildings burn down and fire service reach over there an hour after because that they get a truck from quite Mayaro. If PNM was in power, a truck from Mayaro or Moruga, Princeton would have to come and thank God, the United National Congress and Office and fire station. Yeah, what is it, Professor?
Yeah, but COP, think about this, right? Look how quickly the minister sent a voice note to update people of what's going on in that situation. Think about that.
The PNM would have hide up that. They would have hide up that. You would the Minister of Energy, they was Stuart Young, would have shown no concern and no appreciation for being energy minister, working on behalf of the citizens of this country. No concern. Thank God we vote them out. Thank God we vote them out. How the minister respond so fast?
Quickly.
Good management. Good management. Management that the citizens of this country need to take us forward. And soon they will be seeing more fire truck coming in. All they had was to do is give the fire service the constitutional due. Like all they had was to do, give them the resources. Out of $600 billion, you even spend $500 million in fire service. PNM, that wicked party. Now we must spend the money to investigate Rowley misconduct in public force. Interpol want to lock him up. They have a right to lock him up and investigate it. They have a right to do that. And only lock him up for 30 days. Wait until the Homeland Security passes for 6 months. And lock him up for 6 months. And then find something to charge him after. Thank you, Professor Wall Street.
Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I finally got my phone straightened out.
Oh, you got it straightened out?
Yeah.
Good. Tommy, look you see how things different, boy? Look how things different now, boy. Not only that, you know. The Minister of Energy released pictures, he released a statement, and a voice note added too. Yeah?
Yep.
If that was the PNM, they would have hide that about we can't release no information now. We are on the scene and we're waiting to see what happens before we do release any statement. Yeah. But Tommy, I want to get back to our point. I want to ask Dr. Gordon Dryden Joseph. Let me take this call. Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Blessed evening for Uncle T and everybody on the chat.
Evening.
Same to you.
You see how people hate good management?
You hate. They don't like good things.
Yeah, they don't like good things.
What them people that say? Thing no good thing. What is he saying, Tommy? What good thing?
Cheap thing no good thing no cheap.
Okay. All right. There we go. You're going to say intellectual. That is it.
Yeah. A man want to know good management, but 20,000 people are on the bread line.
Yeah.
He ain't getting none of them one bread. You understand? But he worried about they on the bread line.
Mr. Intellectual. You see that 20,000 domology thing they're talking about? Faris just say 11,000. Faris said that. Professor Ward, she didn't say that. Uncle Tommy didn't say that. Mr. Intellectual didn't say that.
Faris said it.
And Dr. Dryden, you know it. Boy, hey, Dr. Dryden, I gotta drop that doctor from his name. Yeah, I go drop it. Go ahead, Mr. Intellectual. I go drop it. I gotta remove that from it.
You see, when you're here, you're dunce and you're dutish, right?
Yeah.
And you just can't understand what management is about. And imagine you're a contractor and you don't know what is management about. You don't know what is good management. No wonder why your friend dead. He kill him.
Oh God.
It's wicked, the wicked soul. I could never understand. You hearing information coming to you right off the bat. You don't have to wait no length of time. Everybody up front.
Yeah.
With all the information that is necessary. Anything that is happening, it coming by course. You understand? Everybody playing their part. They allow the ministries and them to do their part. The ministers and them doing their part. And when they find the ministers and them doing their part, they want the prime minister to come and say, take over what the ministers and them supposed to be doing.
Hey, Mr. Intellectual, that's a good point, you know. You know what they go ask? You know what PNP go ask? Where the prime minister? How come the prime minister wasn't there? The prime minister was supposed to be there. Where the prime minister? That is what them PNP people go ask. I wonder if they're asking that in the meeting they're having now.
I want to know where the opposition, them so care about people, right? Fire down there and people get burned. Where them? Them talking about CPEP up in a corner in a Rimari, Malara, right? Them so care about people. Them starting to talk about the government suffering CPEP people. You know CPEP people get paid today, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they get paid today. But this one studying that they out of a job. They do one foolish thing and they're getting paid. You see how wicked these people are, is?
Yeah.
They do not, you know. When last CPEP work? But them getting money, look, money going in the bank for them. And they're studying at how they are work. They're working and they're getting paid. You see how wicked these people are, is? They come in here to spread the nasty propaganda. And then they want to call God name and everything is God and God and God. They're making a fool out of anyhow. The Lord said, "Thou shalt not take my name in vain." You know.
Correct.
I hope they know what they're saying. You know. I hope they know what they're doing. You know. These people and them, I could never understand how wickedness could fall out from people like that. By
Correct.
if you want to see good governance, check what is happening now. If they don't understand anything at all, understand what is happening, how people could come and demonstrate to you, this is what is happening in my department. So and so took place. This is what it is went on. These are the consequences, and we're looking forward to seeing something else. Right? You come up point blank and you see what you have to say. Not like that hiding everything. You have to wait a couple of days then to find out that a foreman dead in a pipeline.
Yeah. Correct.
And none of them even go and talk to the family yet.
Yeah.
The family had to beg for an appointment to see them, to tell them that my husband dead and my children and them suffering.
Correct.
That's the kind of wicked set of people, and that's what them supporting. I don't care who vets with me, you know. I am telling you that these people and them who call themselves PNM supporters and lying and saying that there's not them for country. It's a bunch of wicked set of people that hate good governance. That's what's going on with them. Tell them I say so. Have a blessed evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Bless. Tommy, you know, hold on, I'm trying to multitask here. Wait. Oh God, Nick. The PNM is saying 25,000 people has lost their jobs. They added 5,000 from forestry to the 20,000. No, Nigel, what we getting them round of applause for? We ain't getting them no round of applause. Wait, round of applause for what? You getting a round of applause? You mean I have to set up the boo? Yeah, KFC.
Hi. Good afternoon, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy.
Good afternoon.
Same to you.
Listen to nasty face, stinking Colin Bird.
We listening to them
Colin
for
Bird now. We listen to Colin Bird. Them really evil and wicked. Them don't like poor people. You know. Yeah, we tell any plan now. With all the PNN, the plainest country we eat grass. He's saying you can see the evil, the wicked, the careless, and they don't like poor people. I feel reversing that, you know. It's the PNM who don't like poor people, who don't care about poor people.
But KFC, them fellas can't talk about wicked. Them have 26% of black people living below the poverty line. It's a waste of time.
Sure.
I wouldn't even waste my time.
About 9 years he was there. He never really raised them old, sycophant, evil PNM and put nothing on their pension. They raised them pension, Rowley pension, he unknown. Rowley for PNM don't like black people, Mr. Washington, and that is what you kind of politics. But Mr. Rowley is the blackest man, right?
Yeah.
He anoint George Young to be the next prime minister. George Young come in the party in 2015. He make you rich.
Yeah.
Father Sari, they make you rich.
Yeah.
Never flips no black people. They sit at the bottom of the ladder. So they show how much they can and they love black people. And all of them, those say the Indian them don't like black people and this and that. And you know who's a big lawyer?
Yeah.
The Attorney General before
Ramesh.
He forced that comments.
Ramesh.
He forced that comments lawyer.
Yeah, Ramesh.
He's Rowley lawyer.
Yeah.
All of them lawyers, you know.
Yeah. Correct.
So I'm to just say what my body become the cream master. I'm to Dr. Dread Hines.
Please. Them fellas.
And nasty face that one from motion at all is at the hamper or thing. One to them learning them see each and every rich black brothers and them. So they can make opportunities for the people who consult voting and ministers and make them get rich and things too. So.
Yeah.
But that was shit, sir. I look to us.
Yeah, man.
Bless.
Yeah, man. Bless. I don't even want to waste my time, huh? So folks, Tommy, Tommy.
Yeah.
Let me play this again, eh? Hold on, eh? I have that there. Hold on, let me play this again. I want to do this again. So, Tommy, people want to know where is Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, right? Plenty of people want to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying all kind of. So here it is. Political leader and Prime Minister Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar is currently at the New Testament Church of God Caribbean Assembly. You see her there?
Yeah.
They wanted to know where the Prime Minister. I thought they were saying all kind of thing about Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, Tommy. Yeah. Oh, Tommy, that look like the Prime Minister, right?
That's her.
I thought them people were saying all kind of thing. Let me repeat that. And this is happening nowhere, folks. Political leader and Prime Minister Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar is currently at the New Testament Church of God Caribbean Assembly 2025. So I tell all you, I tell all you, when all you hear them with the PNM propaganda, listen, I tired with this for you.
That the PNM has found itself in, as the gentleman would have said rightly. Dr. Eric Williams, many years ago, said that every single member of the PNM is a propagandist of the PNM. And one of the first things I will do as your new chairman is to ensure that the propagandists of the PNM must be deployed on every nook and every cranny of this country, and we will chase them away on social media, and that the gospel of the PNM must be known to every single citizen of this country.
Look, but folks, we have a serious issue in Trinidad. Eh? When you talk about innovation, innovative idea is an idea that's first kind in an area, a region. It has never been there before, and somebody brought this idea to a new place. You understand? Innovative idea, right? I have been asking now from the PNM, from any PNM person, give me one innovative idea the PNM have done in the last 10 years. They can't give you one. But I want you all to take a listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Let me remove that. And you all listen to this. Listen. You're talking about innovation. Eh? Innovation. There we go.
So I have my wall, I have my fence, I have my bogra puff, but I have my avocado trees there too, right? And the gentleman comes in the night. I can't see him because it's dark. I have lights, everything, and they steal the avocado, etc. And okay, I stop him, I alert him, etc. And then he comes to the house now. And before he reach, I take front. I shoot him in his leg or whatever. I have not seen, I see the bill is silent and bailable offenses and that sort of thing. So I know I want to know if I have to go to court, if this man getting bail and if he coming back for me. I want to know, I haven't seen it here, it's very silent. And I would like to know if in terms of that, if an issue like that comes up, whether it would be a bailable offense. As I stand in my ground, I'm trying to defend my property, and then I have to go to court now to see X, Y, Z.
Are you asking whether the offense of home invasion is a bailable offense?
That's part one.
Okay.
And part two is, in my self-defense, I have to go to, I guess the police will have an investigation and then they tell me, well, okay, I have to go to court. And the final one is that in the event that the person is killed, I know there will be an investigation and then you will have to go to court, etc. So I just want some clarity on that because the bill as I read it here is very silent on that aspect. Thank you, gentlemen.
Let me just answer you from the last question you asked, whether or not you will be covered and so on if you kill a man stealing avocados in your land, right? This is what it says. For the purposes of this section, which is the section that deals with self-defense, the use of deadly force may be justified where an occupant reasonably believes that using or threatening to use such force is necessary to prevent imminent death, grievous bodily harm, grievous sexual assault, or rape to himself or another. Again, it's circumstantial. You can't be in a nice two-story house, man downstairs picking avocado, and they still have arrested on him. You understand the point?
Understood.
Circumstantial. However, you're lying in your upstairs back porch, your man climbing up your house, gun in the pocket, coming for you. What do you do?
I have to defend myself?
Exactly. So you understand how circumstances evolve.
Tell me, what did the Prime Minister say again?
Stand your ground.
No, light them up.
Oh, you're talking about
Light them
that.
up. Yeah.
And work on the ground on a real life situation. The other issue with respect to bailable offense, that is something we will have to examine. But I can tell you this in Trinidad and Tobago, that even the offense of murder is now a bailable offense. Yes?
I don't want the guy to come back from AC. So I want to make sure. That's why I had to put him down.
My question was similar to the gentleman's because I think we had a discussion. We talk about home invasion, but we talk about inside your property. Now, when you buy a property, you have a yard. So, you know, sometimes you hear family comes home and people lurking, you know, hiding around the house to ambush them or to steal the vehicle. If you are a gun holder and you notice people on your property and you decide to take actions into your own hands, what, you know, how would they deal with a situation like that? It's similar to the gentleman. It's just that he's talking about avocado. But if your life is being threatened, how would they handle a situation like that?
I just want to be clear on the query. So you're saying that your life is threatened and the person is situated on your yard?
On your property. You know, they know that you come home at a particular hour and, you know, they're just there trying to take your vehicle or probably rob you or something like that.
So under the law, we have identified that, and the definition of something called curtilage, which says curtilage in relation to dwelling house means an area immediately surrounding or adjacent to the dwelling house, which is used in conjunction with the dwelling house, regardless of whether the area is A, surrounded by a fence, a natural boundary, or a combination of both, or B, is enclosed in a manner that indicates that the occupant's intention to keep persons off his property, meaning that there's a physical fence, but does not include any part of the area that is a public place.
Okay.
So once the person is in your yard, it's considered to be part of your property within the boundaries of your fence.
A perimeter, okay.
But don't stand up in your yard and a man on the main road, right? Because that is a public place. It doesn't form part of your property. That's not part of your castle. Your castle is to the extent of your fence, right?
Okay, thank you.
And for instance, you have you may have someone, you enter a yard or your yard, and someone is standing, whether it's by a fall cube, let us call it, or something you have in your yard that belongs to you. Then you consider to weigh the options there and then if your life or your life becomes or threat is made against your life, then you treated it. All right. So as Mr. Saddam said, not the man is waiting at the bus shed, and you're home. You're going to fire your gun. Okay. The bus shed is then a public place.
No audio.
Sorry about that. So, yeah. So, folks, that was just a little bit about stand your ground with the minister, both
Saddam
ministers.
Hussein and Minister
However,
Walter.
I just wanted to talk about there's stand your ground, and then there's the Castle Doctrine. Yeah. So I kind of made a comparison to how Trinidad and Tobago proposed stand your ground bill compares to the Castle Doctrine in the USA. Right. So there are some key similarities. There's no duty to retreat. Both laws eliminate the legal requirement to retreat before using force in self-defense. So the Castle Doctrine and any stand your ground laws in Trinidad, there's no duty to retreat when you're defending your castle. The Trinidad bill says a person has no duty to retreat when operating in defense of himself or his property and may use defensive force, including deadly force for protection. Right? That's the stand your ground law in Parliament by September. Now, in the U.S. jurisdiction, where Castle Doctrine apply, there is no duty to retreat also before deadly force is used against an intruder by a person in their home. Right? Then there's a home protection force. Both legal frameworks specifically protect individuals defending their home. The U.S. Castle Doctrine says individuals have the right to use reasonable force, including deadly, to protect against an intruder in your home, right? And then there's deadly force authorization. Both permit the use of deadly force under certain circumstances when defending one home. So, as you could see, there are similarities between the Castle Doctrine and what we are calling in Trinidad, stand your ground, right? So let's look at the differences. Folks, holy cause. Let's look at the differences. The U.S. Castle Doctrine traditionally removes the duty to retreat when a person is in their own home, but stand your ground laws remove the duty to retreat in some cases of self-defense outside the home, right? So as they were talking about, if you're in your yard and a man on the street in the bus shed, you can feel that you think you threaten and you shoot him, right? However, the Trinidad bill appears more comprehensive, allowing force to prevent breaking and defending property beyond just your home. So if you're in your yard, as they was talking about, right? So what about some criminal penalties? The Trinidad bill creates specific severe penalties for home invasion: 500,000 to 750,000 fine, 20 to 25 years imprisonment, with mandatory death penalty for murder during home invasion. The U.S. Castle Doctrine focuses on self-defense justification rather than creating new criminal offenses with specific penalties. So you can see Trinidad is even more, right? Trinidad is more difficult. right, there's a larger penalty, right? Preventive force, the Trinidad bill explicitly allows force to prevent a break-in, which goes beyond traditional cluster doctrine application that typically apply after an intrusion has occurred. Then there's burden of proof. Trinidad version appears to have an extremely low threshold, requiring only that the person simply breaking into to justify defensive action, potentially broader than many U.S. cluster doctrine interpretations, right? So what is the conclusion? Trinidad proposed law appears more expansive than traditional U.S. cluster doctrine laws, combining elements of both cluster doctrine, home defense, and stand your ground, no duty to retreat, while adding severe criminal penalties for home invasion and broader preventive force authorization. Trinidad will be implementing Florida-style stand your ground laws as a mean of fighting violent felony crimes, including home invasion. The Trinidad bill represents a more aggressive approach to home defensive legislation than most U.S. versions, with both stronger defensive rights for homeowners and harsher penalties for invaders. So, folks, when we talk about innovation, Tommy, when we talk about innovative ideas, you understand? So, they have really studied this. They have took the cluster doctrine, right? They have took the stand your ground laws.
Analyze them both.
Go ahead.
I said they've analyzed them both thoroughly.
Thoroughly. So when them fellas want to, you remember somebody that says, let them jump your fence and go and do them wherever it is? I ain't gonna call she name, right?
Yeah.
If you jump a person's fence now, there's a great possibility you ain't jumping the fence to go and tell them good morning or good afternoon, or to ask for a glass of water. I don't think so. I think you have ulterior motives.
Correct.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. So let me play this other thing for you guys here now. Listen to this. It goes even further, you know. Listen to this. Yeah, Tommy, it goes further. I want you guys to listen to this one. Listen to this. Okay? Take a listen.
Minister of Local Government and St. Augustine MP Khadija Amin is emphasizing the significance of licensed firearms for farmers in light of the proposed Stand Your Ground law. Many people may feel it is not applicable to farmers, but farmers are businessmen. They go to the garden, they go to the market with goods and money, and a lot of the transactions are done in cash. They are at the mercy of bandits and people who are coming armed with illegal guns, taking their crops, stealing their equipment, and they cannot protect their property. Many of them have been followed home, robbed by bandits at gunpoint, and they don't even have the chance to defend themselves. However, she said the proposed Stand Your Ground laws will help equip more farmers to defend themselves and their property, as many in her constituency and throughout the country have applied for a licensed firearm. Stand Your Ground legislation has to do with our ability to protect ourselves, as well as the anti-home invasion laws. This pertains to people who are business owners, private residents, but also farmers, she said during a farmers' meeting at the Diolo Mungru Shed in Orange Grove on July 18th. She encouraged farmers to read drafts of the legislation to be circulated by Attorney General John Jeremy to better understand what it means and what power the law will give them. She also invited farmers in St. Augustine to attend a consultation on the legislation, which will be held on August 6th at the National Hockey Center in Tacarigua. The UNC is hosting consultations in all 41 constituencies. On July 7th, at a UNC Monday night forum, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar disclosed that the bill and a policy paper had been already drafted. The consultations will take place in all constituencies, he added. During the general election campaign, the party promised to modify the current legislation to make getting legal guns easier and allow for more people the right to bear arms.
Tommy, and they want to know what the Prime Minister doing? Look, PNM people should just go and sit down in a corner like Little Jack Corner. Eh? Really? But they're going to sit down in a corner like Little Jack Corner. Things are getting done. This is not like the PNM. The PNM haven't brought one innovative idea to the country in a decade. A decade. Not one. Not one.
Propaganda.
Only propaganda. Yeah? Propaganda and corruption.
Yep.
Yeah. And we had to play this one before. We go. Go ahead, Tommy.
Well, they're busy with their propaganda agenda. But that's why we're here. We're here to keep talking truth to power.
Truth to power. And this was the big one for the day. This one here. This was the big one for the day. John Budram, you are absolutely correct. They must never come back again. We gave them 40 years on the bench. 40 years. Bishram, call back. Busy call back. We are playing the video. Comrade, welcome.
Good night, Uncle Tommy. Good night, Professor.
Good night.
Same to you, my friend.
Everything that you guys are doing and what you say. I, however, have a little concern.
Okay.
Our prison system seems more like a safe haven and a vacation place rather than a penitentiary for people who have to serve time for committing criminal offenses.
Yeah.
Clearly. And not until they return to administering stroke for serious crimes, particularly for home invasion, serious gun offense robberies, kidnapping, rape, and the like, those crimes will hardly be reduced because jail is not a deterrent for those people. You see, if the strokes is a return to that, then the concern about the behind, the concern about their turn to get strokes, rather than to get a cell phone, to call somebody on the outside, to go and kidnap somebody else and hold them for ransom, eventually to murder them. So we spinning top in mud if jail, we believe that prison is a deterrent. It is not. That is the happiest of the people. In fact, serious criminals tend to be living longer inside prison than when they make bail. From the time they make bail, somebody come and exterminate them. And those inside, well protected, are taxpayers' money. We have to deal with this for what it is, you know. This is an undeclared war on the state of Trinidad and Tobago by the criminal element. And now with the curfew and the new police commissioner, the war has been officially declared.
Correct.
But we cannot sit and pretend that jail is a deterrent. Just think about what the prison officers are asking for. We want better facilities. So you want to go from where are 3-star to 5-star then. Okay, fine. So from a 3-star facility to a 5-star facility they want for the prisoners now. Niceness. That is just encouraging them to get there. Don't you realize that they're among the people who comfortably go in jail and well protected? I ain't calling names. There's certain high-profile criminals who sitting inside accused of murdering a state prosecutor. You think them guys would have been alive if they were outside? Them well protected in the prisons. Them good. Them safe. Cell phone, TV, best thing to eat, the best to drink. They get what they want, how they want, and they're calling shots from where they are. And that is the reality. And unless and until we get serious about the return of the strokes, you see, and people will argue about human rights. But human rights was only introduced the mass introduction of the LGBTQ rights. It had nothing to do with human rights. It had to do with that kind of living and that kind of people rights. Not us, not law-abiding citizens. So I hope that you spread the word that prison reform requires real reform. That includes strokes, the return of strokes to criminals. I thank you for your time, gentlemen.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. And Tommy, the commissioner of police, I like this here. Whether this is AI generated, whatever it is, I like that. I love that. Anyway, Tommy, I need you to help me with something here.
What is it, sir?
Hold on, let me see if I get it. Did I start, boy? Tommy, can you help me with that there, please, on the screen? Or your Caribbean soul to translate first? You seen it?
In Sinaware, bro play human voice that we can understand better now.
Caribbean soul, could you translate that for me on the screen, please? Help me translate whatever that's supposed to mean, because I don't know what that means. If that fellow was in my class, he got F minus. I don't know what that is. I can't understand that. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me make sure I start in case I don't come back to it. Hold on, Okay, here we go. So, folks, put your closing comments in chat. And put your closing quotes and send your closing voice notes. Yeah, James. Soul, translate for you now. Come on, man. You're supposed to be waiting, you know.
Meanwhile, let me play this voice note, see if he explains himself. Because he sent me a voice note here.
Hold on. Wait. Let me take this call.
Let's see what he says.
Wait. Tommy, wait, Tommy. Go ahead. Busy, go ahead.
I'll wait.
Yeah, there's 3 people that injured in the fire, right?
Yeah.
I send the clip and fire from CNC 3 News.
Okay. Yeah, the Minister of Energy sent a voice note.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks. Bless. Yeah. Go ahead, Tommy.
Hi, Low Jack Gamble. Yes, members of the village. I would like to go on a drive. Because we need money. We need money to take care of so much persons who, I saw them in the red, I saw them in the yellow, in the blue. And they need help. Good. What about if we mount a drive to get back money from all who is alleged to have taken money from the country illegally? What about if we mount a drive to do that? There be those who say, nah, we only want to get back money from the red. Or would there be those who say we only want to get money from the yellow? Get back money, boy. We get back some already, We get some already from the red, we get some already from the yellow. Would anybody join me in that kind of drive?
All of a sudden, anyway. All of a sudden, he into drive to get back money. Boy, go and drive a B12, eh? Is that B12? Eh? Yeah, you go and drive a B12. All of a sudden, you want drive to get back money. All of a sudden, in 3 months, you want drive to get back money now. 10 years, you ain't going to drive. You ain't want to drive. No, you want to drive. But you go and drive a B12. That's what you should do. Drive a B12. Yeah. Go and drive a B12. Yeah?
Is there any B12 around still, boy?
Yeah, you go get one. You go get one. You go get one. You go get, and Tommy, if you can get one, I go buy Datsun or Nissan, and they go recreate one for him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nick, you're right. You know what we could do, Tommy, too? We could go for a boot drive. Let me go for a boot drive for him. Yeah. Tommy James says I'll be 10.
A B10.
Oh, God. Is that B10? Eh?
I don't remember the B10 though.
I thought it was a B12.
I remember the 12s.
Yeah, was
The
a
12
B12, right?
Yeah, that are 12, that are 13, that are 14.
Yeah. Wait, it was a B12 too, man. Oh, God. Maybe Chumaka only had B12s. And other places money had B14 and B15. He said B11. Yeah. Come on, you emphasizing all of a sudden. You emphasizing that. But we get back money. Eh? When your party was in power. Yeah? Look. Let me see if I have any voice note here. Let me say David Hope says, special good night to the panel site from Point Fortin, Trinidad. Good program, enjoying your program. David, welcome, man. Don't be a stranger. Donna said, God bless and safe night to Professor Warshik, Uncle Tommy, all fans and viewers. Donna, you have to give me a call sometime. Man.
Correct.
So who sent this here? In the Ministry of Health, Dr. Richard Sitaran says the government goal is to ensure that any patient presenting with cardiac events at a public hospital receive medical intervention within 90 minutes. Commerce says a B10. B10 is a 120. Why?
Okay.
What is that B12?
12 is the first set of centrals.
Yeah.
Sunny. The first set of sunnies.
Oh, the first set of sunny?
Yeah, the sunny that.
Yeah, but James, so let's say the B12 is the sunny.
Yeah, the 12 is the sunny.
B11. B11.
12 is sunny, 13 is sunny, 14 is sunny.
When I leave Trinidad, I could even ride a bicycle. So, me know what I'm talking about. Oh, busy saying you need a Hunter Hill, man. Yeah. You go drive a Hunter Hill, man. Yeah. Correct is right, busy. You game a Hunter Hill, man. Robert Lovey said Dr. Rowley given B12 100 faith. It builds your immune. Oh God, only real good enough. Michael said, Casey, it's rising, burning sun that burns PNM to death on night of April 20th. Like a dumb, deaf, and blind, and King. Where it is. All right. Okay. All right. Let me see if I could get one more video in here before we go. Oh, look at here. All right. This is what I wanted to get in, folks. Sorry about that. I did here. Let me get this in before we go. Let me remove that. I want you all to listen to this before we go. Get rid of that. Listen to this. PNM again. Listen to this.
A full-scale internal audit has been ordered into the operations and finances of the National Carnival Commission, NCC. after newly appointed Culture and Community Development Minister Michelle Benjamin raised alarm over a $178 million debt still.
Yeah? $178 million debt, Tommy.
Yeah.
$178 million. You getting money every year and you have $178 million debt?
Load to service providers from Carnival 2025. This comes just 1 week after the swearing-in of a new board of commissioners, and amid revelations that although the NCC secured and spent a $200 million loan earlier this year, the majority of stakeholders have yet to be paid. Minister Benjamin has summoned the board to a high-level meeting on July 29th, where they will be expected to submit a detailed audit report along with corrective proposals aimed at stabilizing the Commission's financial and operational affairs. There will be no tolerance for financial mismanagement or delay under my watch, Minister Benjamin stated. The internal audit must provide a full accounting of NCC's current state, and we must act urgently to restore transparency, accountability, and trust. Among the key deliverables requested from the board are a full financial and operational audit, a formal report with recommendations, a debt repayment plan for outstanding Carnival 2025 obligations, and a clearly defined roadmap for the planning and delivery of Carnival 2026. Minister Benjamin also suggested that the problems at NCC were part of a deeper issue, accusing the former administration of using short-term borrowing to make politically targeted payments in the run-up to the 2025 general election. What we're seeing at NCC is part of a troubling trend of political interference in public finance, she said. These were not isolated missteps. However, former Minister of Tourism, Culture, and the Arts Randall Mitchell denied any impropriety, stating that the loan in question was never intended solely for Carnival 2025, but rather to address a backlog of debts that had built up over several years.
You know what I mean? Debts build up several years. I didn't know that. Imagine that. I tell all you know, they can't manage a parlor. You get them a parlor to manage, they go mess it up. Why you think the man getting named Dr. Mashup?
Mitchell said, the minister appears to be laboring under the misunderstanding that the $200 million loan was specific to this year's carnival. That is simply not true. The documentation will show that it was used to settle outstanding liabilities, some of which date back as far as 2015.
You see how far back them want to go, Tommy?
Wow.
So when you come in power in 2016, 2015, what did you guys do? What did you guys do with all the money you was getting?
He added that the approach of using current year financing to settle prior debts had been in place since the NCC inherited significant liabilities from the People's Partnership Government. Responding directly to Minister Benjamin's call for an audit, Mitchell said the ministry was free to scrutinize the NCC's procurement records for 2025. He expressed confidence that any proper review would reveal that past liabilities, not new ones, were the source of the outstanding payments and that the loan was used to bring long-standing creditors current. And an examination of the outstanding liabilities actually paid. The minister would also discover that it was past liabilities that were paid, ensuring that services providers who were owed by the NCC for previous periods were made whole, Mitchell said. And to the question as to why there would be outstanding balances, while the budget division of the Ministry of Finance does a creditable job of budgeting for the upcoming fiscal year, the budget division cannot contemplate the vicissitudes of market forces during the carnival season. Therefore, there will be occasions when the NCC would be required to incur additional liabilities over and above the allocated amount in order to properly discharge its mandate.
Wow.
Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to go back. He had to go back now, you know. Eh? He had to call it. He had to going back now. So, folks, we're going to take that break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshy, and you. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. I'm going to wait.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE WZYE LP 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Fire! 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 Fire!
We are back with you. It's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, share the live, share the live, share the live. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. As the professor said, share the live, please share the live.
Thank you, Tony. Just see your voice. No voice, no there. Let me check.
I got no more.
Mr. Walsheet and Uncle Tommy. Mr. Walsheet, so the translation for Gordon. I didn't think about a good one. But I hear Gordon Joseph went by defender for Agabi Shrock. When he reached by defender, he tell defender he don't want no qualification. You know, defender tell him man he go pick it up along the way.
I ain't get the last part. Let me try that one over.
Good night, Mr. Walsheet and Uncle Tommy. Mr. Walsheet, so the translation for Gordon. I didn't think about a good one. But I hear Gordon Joseph went by defender for Agabi Shrock. When he reached by defender, he tell defender he don't want no qualification. You know, defender tell him man he go pick it up along the way.
When you picking up the garbage, that's the qualification.
Yeah, you can pick it up along the way.
You can pick it up along the way. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah.
Soul, thy soul.
Yeah, like so. I wonder if he passed on the I wonder if he passed on the highway to me. I wonder if he passed on the highway to pick it up.
Well, wherever the way is.
Yeah. All right, folks. Let me get my closing covered. Let me get my closing covered. So all you know where the Prime Minister is now, right? We show all you. No. Yeah.
On this Thursday, July 24th, I come in search of you to surrender everything. My dreams, my insecurities, my plans, and the wounds I still carry deep in my heart. I also surrender the heavy expectations, the paths I don't understand, and the battles I've been fighting, often without direction. I come seeking you, Lord, because I know there's no safer place than your presence, and no word brings more peace than your voice. I come because only in you do I find true rest and unshakable hope. Guide my steps today. Protect my mind from confusion, my heart from heavy thoughts, and help me find purpose even in the ordinary days. If I don't know what to do, may I learn to trust. If I have no strength, may I learn to wait. And if I feel alone, may I feel your presence embracing me from within. May I live today to honor you with sincere actions, words that build up, and a surrendered heart. Take care of all that is beyond my control. And at the end of this day, may I be able to say, God was with me in every detail. Amen. If this prayer touched your heart, like, comment, and share. Good morning.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
This is from Oscar Wilde. In this world, there are only two tragedies. One is not getting what you want, and the other is getting it. Like I always say, you, the man in the mirror, you have to become that change you want to see. However, if you look in that mirror and you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you give them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. Be cool. Be dry wherever you're wet. And we'll see each other again on Sunday, God willing. Till then, good night and great days ahead.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Let me see what else. Comrade says, Michelle Grandstand, like he forget this Miss Ram, that's the Auditor General who he dealing with. I told voice notes, closing voice notes is 3 minutes or less. Okay? 3 minutes or less. If you send a voice note over 3 minutes, it's not being played. Donna says, don't waste your life arguing and fighting. Count your blessings. Value the people who love you. Make the most of each day and always find something to laugh about. Laughter is good for the soul. All right. I'm gonna play that voice note. Okay? But every voice note, closing voice note, the regular voice notes is different. Every closing voice notes have to be 3 minutes or less. All right?
We ain't had time for jokes.
Let's see if there's any other. I think that's Donna says good night. Okay, let's go to the chat. Okay. Yeah, KFC.
Hi, good night, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, man.
Good night, man.
Good night.
Blessed night, man. And tell son with me, like, you know that man laughing, so somebody tickling him,
I don't know what.
Look so.
If you like with that jokey matter, he laughing, he government suffer people for the last 9 years, he coming and laughing and defending wickedness. How you going to take in defense of the people? We doing in this program only laughing, eh?
Yeah,
I was talking like she put everybody to sleep, Colombo, everybody sleeping. like a funeral she having there. Mr. Washington until Sunday midnight again, my bless.
Bless. Brooklyn. Yeah.
Have a minute. But I only called to end with the minute. Uncle Tommy, good night, viewers and listeners. Well, all the
Good
way
night, brother.
I'm listening quietly. But I just want to tell the PNM people continue fighting because I see Melba cussing Jenny about Penny. So they continue fighting and cussing each other. I thought all was best friend. Melba cussing for Jenny because like Stuart Young paying Jenny to talk for them. Let the PNM continue fighting. I like it. I enjoy the bacchanal. Let them keep fighting. I ain't seen Pastor Google playing that yet because all of them is friend. Melba cussing Jenny and Pastor Google have nothing to say. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, man.
How you going?
They're cussing each other, them boy. They're cussing these days. Patricia Pancho says, don't stone if you have glass windows. Good night, Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy. Blessed night to all until Sunday, God's willing. PNM Fox says, if you don't have some money saved up for emergency, saving your money may be wiser than paying off debt. Tommy, that is the first time that fella put up a positive quote. First time. First time. It's always a first time for everything. Mr. Intellectual said, Hope you all had a safe night and blessed days. Till we meet on Sunday, please God. Closing comment, Monica Ramke soon. Evening laughter, the hurt may sorrow, and the end of the night may be grief. Proverbs 14, verse 13. PNM Fox sent himself a own quote. He sent himself a quote. Those who mislead with lies cannot be the will of God. PNM Fox, I am so happy that you realize that quote for you and all them PNM people and for Prime Minister Rowley, who've been lying all the time. Let me repeat what he says. Those who mislead you with lies. Yes, PNM Fox. You see how Rowley mislead all them with lies? Cannot be the will of God. Thank you so much. Thank you. No longer trying to get you to put up these kind of quotes. Yeah? You're 100%. PNM Fox said, but as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for murderers, the sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur. Oh, God. PNM Fox sending them things for them PNM people, boy. Finally, Mr. Intellectual say after spending $600 billion, they couldn't pay off $200 million. Correct is right. Sunil Bachan says, all out PNM trying to pop up penny, it ain't working. Yeah, KFC, we didn't closing comments. Go ahead, quickly. KFC.
Hi.
Yeah.
I am a partner Brooklyn in the Yellow Man over there. Well, Marcus and Eric and all type partner Eric. Cousin Johnny yeah, back then I went with the big football man who have a program. Yeah, possible have a program and I went back then I will be taking in the real fight to the same penny. We need to tell us a bedtime story. She will just sleep. You're too weak. Well, back then I like when I go to PNM dead.
Yeah.
Just we want to ride it. It was in a position for the rest of their life. So too wicked and evil. Bless.
Yeah. Batman says people will throw stones at you. Don't throw them back. Collect them all and build an empire. There we go. Excellent. James Howlett says, today I was in a taxi and the taxi driver said, I love my job. I am my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. Then I said, turn left here. That's a good one.
Great one.
You're not backpedaling. God bless you. Thank you. Turn left here. Yeah, that's a good one. Mr. Intellectual said the children of our nations are here to be protected from the PNM. They're still looking to destroy their future. Tommy Mohammed says, closing comment, is this crime is a problem, but we, the people, can also be the problem if we make ourselves targets by doing certain things that can cause the criminal to attack us. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay, folks. Look, Patty, we just come. Patty, put in a closing comment one day now. Lenora Kamabach says, blessed weekend. Meet up in the village on Sunday. God's willing, Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy. Good night. Sunil Bachan says, good night, Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy. God bless. Have a wonderful night. Folks, we are out of here. We see you on Sunday with Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street from 1 to 4 p.m. We are out of here.
Bye-bye, Rowley. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Rowley. Bye-bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses, tired of no water, tired of stretching at the law, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more rolling again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We're tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses, tired of no water, tired of stretching a dollar, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more rolling again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye.